Hey, good morning and welcome to Sunday School this beautiful Sunday morning live from my desk in my house. Before we jump into this, I want you guys to pause and open up your Bibles to Luke chapter 1, verses 18 through 23, and then also in Luke 1, 57 through 64. So pause. Unpause. All right. So a little background before we jump into questions and discussion with your family or whoever. Right before this, the angel Gabriel comes to a priest named Zechariah and his wife Elizabeth and says, hey, you guys are going to have a baby, which doesn't make sense to Zechariah and Elizabeth because they're crazy old and also they've been trying for a long time. But Gabriel says, you're going to have a baby, you're going to name him John, and John is going to prepare the way for the Messiah, which we know now as Jesus. So their baby John, they are going to have at an old enough age that doesn't make sense, is going to prepare the way for Jesus. Zechariah doesn't believe this because of all those contributing factors of why it doesn't make sense, right? So Gabriel, as a punishment for his doubt and unbelief, Gabriel makes Zechariah mute until the baby is born. So for like 9 months, this guy is silent and dude can't talk at all. It's also interesting to look at the Greek word, the way it's translated from the Greek to unable to speak is also the same word used to describe being deaf. So if we couple that with, in verse 62, it talks about Zechariah's neighbors neighbors and family using like signs to communicate with him. Also, it's from those two things combined, we can conclude that he was probably mute and deaf, which is quite the combo. Leaves you alone, left Zechariah alone with just his thoughts and the voice of God. So it'd be easy for Zechariah to be frustrated, but it's a gift that he gets to see the world from a whole different perspective. He's forced to observe and he's forced to listen, not only to other people's actions, but his own inner life, and also the voice of God that he hears through his silence. Rather than letting his thoughts get the best of him and get frustrated, he chose to engage. Zechariah chose to engage in praise and in worship and in joy, as indicated by his response when his wife said, we want to name this baby John. And everyone's like, well, that's not even a family name. Why are you going to name this baby John? He wrote on a tablet, the baby's name is John. So I think it's interesting to look at that, how he has a different perspective forced on him by being muted and by being deaf, and think about the current situation that we are living in this world of social distancing and quarantine, and this different perspective being forced on us, and thinking about how we choose to respond to that. Are we choosing to get frustrated, or are we choosing to see it as a gift and choosing to engage with it in praise and with joy and with worship? So those are my thoughts. I hope you guys go through these questions that we have listed below with a parent or a sibling or a friend or someone you trust. Have a great day.